Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 13 of the Red Bull Project. With me, now newly renamed as Ringo FM, and there's been a lot of peer pressure on me in Discord over the past week or so, including recording. I was meant to record yesterday. I actually had my Christmas due on Friday and was severely hungover yesterday. Still feeling the effects slightly today. But it is what it is. I've been peer pressured into changing my name to Ringo FM. No more Ringo 8781 Gaming. No, that's it. I'm Ringo FM now. But again, you can just call me Matt. I've been called worse. Um, we're going to carry on then from where we left off last time. We obviously had our recruitment done last time and brought in a couple of players. We brought in a Coco. We brought in, I believe it was the guy from Bayern. Where is he? There you go. Mike Denker came in for 140k from Bayern, and we also brought in Luca Kerber. All three are sort of the defensive midfield type of player. And the idea behind it was that I want to try and release Fausto Vera to being more advanced, playing more up the pitch. Um, we were finding it, although we do have some very good players in that role. We've got like Nikolai Ramberg and we've got Jacob Ramsey. We didn't really have anyone who can just progress us up the pitch like quite nicely, and I felt like Fausto Vera, despite being a deep lying playmaker, you know, could probably get us a bit higher up the pitch. He's got the attributes to do it. Traits wise, he's only really got dictates tempo, which is fine. But again, he can, apart from his finishing, he can pretty much play all these positions to get us just that little bit further up the pitch. He can dictate the proceedings, which is why we brought in like a Coco who's going to sit down back there. We've also brought in Kerber, Luca Kerber, if you have a little look, he was doing very well at Victoria Cologne. He sort of flitted around the lower divisions at Saarbrücken before going to Cologne, but was very progressive there. They still think he's got a bit of potential, but you look at his traits, he tries killer balls, he dictates the tempo, and he moves the ball to his right foot. If we look at his reports, they're basically saying he's just finding it hard to adapt, he's not very quick, and he's a bit one footed. Um, I think, though, what we need to start looking at doing is literally this. So Kerber goes in as that deep lying playmaker on defence. So he's just going to sort of sit there. He's going to knock the ball about. He's going to, he's just going to keep us ticking over. He can then give the ball to somebody like Fausto Vera. If you look in support, the deep line playmaker will bring the ball off the defence and operate with a more expansive passing range. I think that's exactly what we need. And then we've got Jacob Ramsey playing as that Metzala on attack. I know it's three playmaking type players. Jacob Ramsey can play as a centre midfield on attack, which, we look at that there, he can do that. I think we could tell him to dribble more than actually. We could try and keep him as close to a Metzala as we can. Again, it runs with the ball down the right, it gets forward whenever possible, likes to play it in street and switches it wide. We could play him as a centre attacking midfielder, or central midfield on attack, I should say, and then just edit his um, player role slightly. If you look at Metzala, he takes more risks, he gets further forward, he runs from position. For centre midfield attack, he doesn't tend to do these things. So what we can do, if we click on Ramsey again, we can get him to dribble more. I really like looking at this view, by the way. I don't know if many people go into the player view, but you can see like it tells you pretty much everything. It tells you all these players who can play in this position. You can just add it to them there. My assistant man just told me to play him as an advanced playmaker support. Again, that's not something you see quite often, to be honest with you. And I believe that's only if you click on that, yeah. So if you click on it on personalised, it tells you what role you should be playing them in according to your assistant manager. If we look at advanced playmaker on support, he dribbles more, he takes more risks, and he shoots less often. We don't want Ramsey shooting less often because he's got okay long shots, he's got decent enough finishing and good composure and decisions. I don't mind that with the central midfield attack that he will get forward and he will shoot. So we're going to keep him centre midfield attack. We're going to tell him to dribble more. We're going to tell him to take more risks, and we're going to keep him on that role and do it that way. Um, yeah, what we wanted to start out then, if we look at the schedule, I mentioned it in the last video, we weren't doing too great compared to the start of the season. There was a lot of losses, and then we look at the last two games, one against AUE and one against Firth. Back in the Bundesliga after the winter break, we are not doing too well at all. We're just not creating a lot of chances, and if we look in the data hub, you see, in terms of possession, we really are up there. We frequently win the ball in reliable, and we're very reliable in possession. We're not quite at like the Heidenheim level who lose the ball an awful lot, as St. Pauli do. So basically, what is going to happen here is that our position numbers are very intriguing. We win the ball back more than the average team. We give the ball away less than the average team. So we keep the ball well, and we actually defend pretty well too. So that's not an issue. Our main issue at the minute is goal scoring. Although on the general performance, it's showing that we do it a lot over the season, which is fine. It's the last couple of matches, and you'll have a little look at this. The problem I'm seeing, number one, these two are too wide. Andy Zakiri and Luca Reichel are far too wide. They need to be playing in between the sticks. So if we go into that there, we keep the mentality as that. We don't want to play wide. We want to put the mentality as positive again. Actually, no. Do you know what? We're going to put the mentality on attacking, and then again, if we click on the player ones, you can see individual mentality. Then, if we have a little look, change him to, let's say, a wing back support. Um, I'm on the wrong bloody screen, aren't I? Bleeding hell. This is it. So with a support duty, it means he's positive. So a player's mentality affects that attribute on the pitch in relation to balancing their attacking and defensive duties within the overall teamwork of the team mentality. Players are afforded a more attacking approach with a mentality closer to maximum, whilst a more defensive outlook is taken when it is set closer to the minimum end of the scale. So we can keep him on support. If we put him on attack, that means he's just outright trying to attack. We don't want that. We want them on support. And again, it's a hard one to cope with because we do get a lot of crosses into the box. We just don't score a lot. So I'm actually going to tell them to play fairly narrow. Defensively, though, we are going to engage the opposition out wide. So we're going to defend wide. We're pressing a little bit higher. And we're hoping that Zakiri, Reichel, Papelka, Ramsey, Vera, all these players are sort of going to be in between the sticks. And then you've got Kerber knocking the ball out wide, Larios and Laird providing the balls into the area. So the data hub is a great tool. Throw and Copper, who I've linked the blog in the description a few times, so please check that out. His latest one, he goes into the data hub to sort of see how his Girona team are faring and offensively and defensively. And he's found similar things. I think since the patch, they've just ruined it since the patch. If I look at my team report, they are saying in the previous 50 matches we've used 8 formations. In our last 25 matches, we've used 5 different formations. Most commonly was this. We score 22 of 60 assists in the last 50 matches have come from the right-hand side. We create 13 clear-cut chances every 78 minutes. We create a clear-cut chance. Chance created against us every 151. We're very good. We're very proficient at getting that ball into the box and scoring. We score a lot of headers, 17 headers, a lot of place shots. There's been one lob, 2 free kicks and 2 penalties. Conceding wise, it's place shots and they're within our 6-yard box. Wow. 13 crossed assists. So teams probably when they come up against us are going to try and, try and stop us getting the crosses into the box. If we look at defender assists, so Ethan Laird is very creative. So the group placed assists are worth investigating. We produce a high number of key passes per 90 minutes. We assist a high number of goals per 90, and Ethan Laird really stands out. Juan Larios is well up there too. So I think, in all honesty, I mean Luke Thomas is now gone, but Juan Larios and Ethan Laird, they should be creating an awful lot more. And if we look at our goal scoring, Papelk as well up there, Luca Reichel is still not really performing. Bashiru Mohammed is another one. He gets the chances, he just doesn't finish them off. He scored a few. We've tried to loan him out. He's not really up to being loaned out at the minute, so it's probably going to be a next season thing. But I think what we need to do, we need these players in between the sticks, in between the goalposts. We need the support coming central from Ramsey. Vera, we don't want venturing too far into the box, which is what was happening when we had Ramberg there. Um, we need sort of the way I'm picturing it in my head. You've got the two up front. You're going to have Ramsey around here, so sort of like a cam. You're then going to have the wingers, so that makes it a 2-3. See what I mean? So two up front, you've got your two wing backs as wingers. You've got Ramsey sort of sitting as like a number 10, and then you've got Vera sat as a number 8. So it's a bit of like a zigzag there. So you've got the, and then it's we need to get the ball into Vera. Vera can spread it out wide. He then needs to play the ball through to. There's another player going. He then needs to get the ball to Ramsey, who can progress us further up the pitch and will be in the box as well. But we're going to try and cramp the middle. And that is something that I noticed an awful lot. And the data hub actually, vindicated that decision purely because if you looked at the passing map in the last couple of games, there was a lot of just balls along the back line, not really playing through the centre of the park like we normally do. And the two strikers were far too wide to be effective at all in the game. And it's something that you've got to look out for. And maybe you don't necessarily see it just looking at the screen. You tend to see it more looking at the data. And obviously, we are a football manager content channel who has built some sort of a reputation on using data. And the fact that they built the data hub into it, I would be a very, very silly man to not to not do that and to not utilize the data hub. So that's what we're going to do. We're also going to change up the tactics slightly in terms of getting the crosses into the box. I think when we've got the likes of Zakiri, Reichel, and Bashiru Mohammed, we need to get the balls in either low or whip them in. But when Papelka's on the pitch, we'll keep it balanced because he's quick enough to get on the end of a whip cross. He's technical enough to pass the ball into the back of the net. Um, I'm just having a little look at this. I'm going to keep it like that, yeah. Kiri, Reichel, we're going to swap this round, actually. Zakiri likes to place his shots. I want him to open his body up. We're actually going to keep it as this. Gila is very, very good. Um, they normally want us to play Lawrence out wide, but I like the fact he's taller and he can head it away a bit more. Um, Denker came on the other day and played a whole half in the nil-nil game. We're going to try and just blood him in as much as we can because, again, mentally and physically, he's already there. It's technically that he needs improving. Um, yeah, basically what we're going to do then, we're just going to live come a couple of games. It's been a long time since we did that. I can see Usman Dembele is out of contract. No way I'm going for him. I'm not going to go to the press, but we need to pick up a win here against St. Pauli. Um, it's a it's getting close now. We drew 0-0 with Firth, who have now got a better goal difference than us, but are a point behind us in the league. I would be very perturbed to. You can see there our goal difference is lower. I'll be very perturbed if we didn't get promoted automatically, especially if we didn't win the league because we've been top of the league since the start of the season. It would really get me down if we bottled it after the winter break. Just really, really quickly, just before we go into the next game, Bashiru Mohammed and Derek Papelka have been our best two trainers this week. That's not to say, most players responded well, they're enjoying themselves in the training ground. That's not to say that Zakiri and Luca Reichel haven't performed well in training. I mean, a 7.9 is very, very good within itself. Luca Reichel, 7.95. I think, though, purely because they have performed so well, we just change it up. I think we do go Papelka and Bashiru Mohammed. I think they deserve it. We're going to drop Koppenga. Don't ever let it be said that we don't reward hard work at Werder Bremen. I'm sticking to my guns. We're going to go for that. So there was a comment on the last video asking if we were trying to get ourselves back to Red Bull, depending on what happens here. And that is still the main aim. There was a debate of whether we did really well with Bremen. I know this is looking into the future. If we could try and take on Red Bull and maybe start our own sort of footballing group, that would be a very long, long, long term save. The main aim is to get back to Red Bull and try and win the league, the Champions League, and build Leipzig up into the main team in Germany. It is going to be very hard to get back there, but we are now national A license qualified as a manager, which we couldn't get at Red Bull, which is the main reason we left. Couldn't get coaching badges. We were sort of stagnating, and nobody really wants to see 9 seasons of me struggling to get coaching qualifications in the second tier of Austria without being able to make any signings, do they? We just need to keep an eye on Bashiru Mohammed because he's not long come back from an injury. Similar for Andy Zakiri, he's just not very fit at the minute. But we will give Mohammed his start. Look at our fitness. Yeah, we'll give Mohammed maybe the first half, and then we've got Luca Reichel to come in. But yeah, I'm happy with that team. We're going to stay attacking. We're going to play a higher tempo. We're going to play narrow, play out of the defence, and we're going to hit those early crosses into the box. Again, we're not going to change it to whipped or whatnot because we have got Papelka there. Again, 6'4" with 18 jumping reach. I'd be very, very silly to play small, short, little dinked crosses into the box when we can just put them on his head. He scores a lot with his head as well. Here we go then. I love the Bundesliga graphics on this game, man. I love that they've got the rights to that. It'd be so good if they ever got the rights to the Premier League. And there probably is a case that it could happen now that FIFA have lost their license with EA. Sorry, EA have lost their license with FIFA, or whichever way you want to put it. There's a scope that FM could potentially swoop in and get the rights to the Premier League, which would be massive. I know they've already got a few clubs on there. I think Everton, Leicester, Watford. There's a few on there already. But that'd be massive as we get the game underway. Yeah, I really don't understand how St. Pauli can make brown kits nice, but they manage to do it every year. It's a really horrible shade of brown as well. I just don't understand it. I don't get how they do it. Got a free kick deep, which Vera will chip in. We did do a lot of training work on set piece attacks at the. Lawrence nearly played the ball through. Who was that making the run as well? It was Ramsey, who was still pressing really high. He's not letting the goalkeeper kick it short, but okay. As long as we clear it, and we haven't, and they've lobbed the goalkeeper. Oh my god. What? Why was Ram and shutting it down? I'm putting it down to that. Is that Ramsey's centre midfield on attack or an attacking duty that's going to make him two attacking? Silly goal to concede. Honestly, this patch has really, really killed off this tactic. It's a tactic we used at Leifering. It's a tactic we used at Reed, and obviously we brought it over here, and it started off so well, and the patch has absolutely ruined it, and we're getting slapped about now. Don't know how one patch can completely ruin an entire tactic. And the main base of the tactic was to just get it wide and get it into the box. It wasn't you know, none of this 4-2-3-1 Gegan pressing nonsense. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Really annoying. Trying to fire them up, and they're not really responding to it. They're not performing well at all, as they have a chance to make it too. This is bad. This is bad. We've gone to balanced, and we're just going to change up some individual player roles and see if that helps us. Vera finds Papelka. And Mohammed! Oh, he's got to bury it! Oh, he's got a berry, but that was the plan I had in my head in the first place, was that we need them in between the sticks. They're knocking it through like there's no tomorrow. Oh my god. I think we need Lawrence to play as the wide centre half. We might have to maybe drop Vera back in for Kerber. Don't know. They've got a corner now, which is whipped in the post, and we don't clear it. This is really frustrating. We are literally letting slip our lead. Look at this. We are letting our league position slip massively, and I don't like it because it's all our own doing. Knock it about again. That's a good foot in. Hammer back to Larios. What an absolutely shocking first half performance that is. We need some big changes here. So Mohamed's going to come off. We're going to bring Luca Reichel on. We are going to bring off Jacob Ramsey because he's been nothing short of garbage. Nikolai Remberg will play there. And I don't really want to make the final sub yet because knowing FM, there'll be an injury. Let's just go. Do we need to get at them more? Maybe not. Let's not press them as much, but let's be more forceful. Let's be more aggressive in the tackle. There was a few times in that game they were sort of just knocking it about, and there was no one really putting an effort in. We've changed Larios off to be complete wing back because we just want him to be attacking. His defensive role has not been great, and Bamba's good enough to cover that left hand side. Nice little spell of possession. We'll stick with it. We'll try this out for 10-15 minutes and see how we get on from there. Because we've got a lot of the ball, we're just not using it well. Highlight started with a throw in our half. Pelka holds it up. And led to Kerber. Vera. That's a lovely ball. Luca Reichel over the bar. Oh, it was better. It was a chance. We'll swap these two round. Reichel and Papelka. I've experimented in the past with telling them to automatically switch position, but it gets a bit too confusing. But they're performing better. If we don't really have anyone we can bring on that left hand side, otherwise I'd be telling us to exploit that flank because oh no, it's the right hand side we need to do it, isn't it? Their left back's having a shocker. Change up to complete wing back attack. Larios is just he needs to come off. You know, I'm gonna have to put Bamber at left wing back. Larios is just that is like fine worthy performance. This is shocking. Wing back support, Larios off and Schmisek on. shocking performance from Larios there. We're going to go attacking as well. We need to just get the ball into the area because we've got the players who can score. That's the only highlight they've had so far this half. We're performing better. There was a lot of 6.2s in that first half. We're close to the average now, but we just need to get this away, which we have. And here's the Rek Papelka. There's a ball through. He's not played it. Kerber. Vera. Remberg. Papelka. Remberg. Oh, he tried it. It was nice play. Better. It's better. Got to win that header, Gila, and he does. Vera. Remberg. There's a pass through. It's the Rek Papelka. It's the big check. He's hit it straight at the keeper. Come on. Come on. Why is my big man taking my corners? Why is the Rek Papelka taking corners? Oh, God. Is it? I, I don't get it. I don't understand why that's just happened. This is why. Papelka. Oh, I thought it was going to give us a goal from it. Oh, come on. Come on. We're getting there. We're getting into the game more. Let's go a little bit wider and let's go a little bit higher. Get right at them. They don't like it. And Mangas is having a shocking game. Come on, boys. Gila smashes it forward. Luca Reichel brings it down. That's a lovely touch. Cheers, Ethan Laird. It's direct to Papelka! We're getting there. We're getting there. Come on, boys. Go a bit more direct. Come on. We're throwing everything at it. We need a win. We can't afford to lose this game. Come on. Give us our lights. They're shutting down the right hand side now. Come on. Give us another bloody highlight. I hate it when it does this, just runs the clock down on you. Broski with the kick, headed away. We need a Bamba to win that. It slipped through, well taken by Christensen. Get it forward, Papelka's up there. Okay, you go short. Schmishek to Rembeck. Gila to Christensen. Schmishek. Bamba. Nice ball down the line to direct Papelka. Luca Reichel! Get in! Get in, Luca! Come on! This is exactly what I wanted. Oh, Bamba down the line, direct Papelka turning provider. What a cross that is, and bang. Little, oof, oof. Oh, Luca. He is my favourite player on FM this year. He just missed the consistency. It's taken him a while to get up to speed, I think, this year. But he's definitely there now. Still underperforming slightly, but he's up to speed at least. Oh, fucking hell, what a save, Christensen. Come on, let's go win it. Let's go and bloody win this game. Long kick. Head of the way. Blanco. Christensen claims again. Well done, son. Where's he going to go with it? Looking long for big direct Papelka, who's brought it down brilliantly. Oh, Luca Reichel. But, oh, trying to wait a bit of pen. Into him. Come on. He's going to run it down, isn't it? They've got a free kick in the last. Away by direct Papelka, picked up by Luca Reich. Get forward! Reichel, keep going. Keep going. Laird, get it in! Get it in the mixer! Rudberg! Oh, get it back in! Get it back in! Oh, we've wasted it. Lawrence Tavira, Ethan Laird, head of the way. Kerber, Renberg. Oh, what a turnaround. What a turnaround. They have. I can't kick off because they did well to come back and get a draw out of that. It's encouraging that they've not stopped playing for me, and that's what I was afraid of. They've not stopped playing for me, and that is the biggest thing. So there's the news article. We've not won a game in 5, and we've only picked up 3 points in this time. Um, it's hard. It's getting worrying, but again, they've not stopped playing for me. We just need to stick to what we're good at and not concede as many silly chances as we have been doing. Just looking at the analytics of the last game, what they're suggesting is that we're passing it really, really well. You'll see Luca Kerber was at the heart of like everything. They played everything through him. Mohamed on the right side of the midfield third, which is a strange one. And Papelka stood, that's fine. Um, hmm, we can see the lot in the area. So I think we need to stop pressing so high. So what I've done is I've taken the possession off. We're going to get stuck in, but we're going to be slightly more often. We're going to use tighter marking, and we're going to keep the defensive width the standard. I feel as though we're pushing ourselves too far wide or too far forward, so we need to just try and keep keep it as it is, and try and close the ball down on the edge of the box. Anything that comes across, as long as the players are positioned well, which is why we want to use tighter marking, we shouldn't really concede many headers. So hopefully that works a bit better. But I think Kerber and Vera playing in those positions has worked quite well. Um, the biggest issues really, where does Ramsey fit in? That's my biggest thing with him. Again, they're thinking advanced playmaker support. We'll try it. Again, 3 playmakers isn't the best, but we'll try it and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, Kerber can just pass it to one of these two guys who are just going to knock it about it and create chances. So we're just about at the Heidenheim game. Results going against us in other games mean, and we've now dropped down to third place, which if we were to finish in third place, we would have to play a relegation playoff with the team that I believe finished 15th in the Bundesliga, 15th or 16th, one of the two. Um, I'm a bit worried about that, to be honest with you. I think we need to start picking up momentum. I don't know what it is. It's a we're performing okay in certain aspects, but we're just not scoring the goals that we were scoring beforehand. Particularly the likes of Papelka. He was bagging them. Yeah, I'll click on that thing. And he was absolutely bagging them at one stage, and now he scores sort of every 2 or 3 games. It's yeah, yeah. I'm not entirely sure how we're gonna turn this around, but we'll see. We'll see if we can do it. So here are the lineups then. We have gone with Papelka and Zakiri up front. Everything else has stayed the same. We've changed the tactic up ever so slightly. We've added the shoot on sight instruction, purely because there was a few times in that last match where I thought we were going to pull the trigger and we didn't. So hopefully that, our superiority, if you look at our attacking numbers in the data hub, it would suggest that we can finish. We're just not finishing. So we need to just start getting a few more shots off. In theory, the more shots we have, we should score more goals, right? You know, if XG is that reliable, we'll have to see. It's a highlight for Heidenheim. Sort of 8-10 minutes into this game, we have had very, very little of the ball, which I'm not happy with at all. For fuck's sake. Why did he change the match engine every year when it starts off so well? Right, okay, let's have a little look at this guy. I fucking bet you, pound to a penny, he's got about 3 long shots. Alright, he's got 12 long shots, but you know, come on, man. It's just embarrassing. Every fucking year they do this. Every year. Vera's corner. Papelka over the bar. Should be a goal. Ethan Lair. We've got another chance now. Zakiri. Surely! Oh, is it going to count? I don't know whether Zakiri was offside or Papelka was. Somebody looked off. Oh, it's given! Oh, it's given! I thought Zakiri was off on the initial. When he gets it back. Oh, I don't know, you know. I mean, it's been given. It's an assist for Andy Zakiri, his first for the club. Papelka's knocked one in at the back post. We're starting to get a bit more into this game now as the numbers, the stats are suggesting. Again, we're about 25 minutes in, and there's a few sort of average performances in key positions again. We have got another set piece here. Ramsey to Larios. Here's Kerber. He might hit one, you know he has. Oh, no, what a ball! Oh, what a ball that was! That was very clever by Kerber. So I've just changed Ramsey up to an attacking central midfielder. He wasn't really doing anything as an advanced playmaker. Larios again is kind of struggling. I need to try and get a grip on what he likes to do because we're playing the same way we played when we had Luke Thomas, and it doesn't seem to be working for him. Heidenheim, late in the half, Christensen makes a great save. A brilliant save at the back post. Gordino's corner. It's headed away by Papelka. Kerber's going to pick it up. And play an unbelievable ball to Andy Zakiri. Go on. Zakiri. Vera. Too much on here. I think we do need to change things up ever so slightly. Ethan Laird is absolutely knackered. Apparently, Mike Denker can play right wing back. Right wing back. We're going to bring Laird off, and we're going to put Des Dierdo there. Jacob Ramsey again not performing. Nikolai Ramberg is the sort of the go-to replacement for that. And same again, we're not going to make another sub. Zakiri and Papelka are playing very well, but obviously Reichel scored the equaliser in the last game. So I'm hoping. What a ball! There's Dierdo. Papelka, no. Vera. Ramberg. Good play. Good play. Oh, unlucky. They're looking to hit us on the counter, and Gila smashes one away, but the referee has given a free kick for a foul by Kerber. It's good. Dino saved it. Papella knocks it back. And then Mbembe, the man who scored the fucking 97-yarder. No, we're sticking to our style. We ain't changing it. Third and back. Good tackle. Christensen's knocked it. Absolute knock and a half. Here's Andy Zakiri. The Swiss with the ball in. Oh, it was just floated to him. You needed a bit of pace on it. we're performing well. We're getting more chances. We're about 60 minutes in. Papelka's looking knackered. Vera's looking knackered. They're all a bit down and out. Do we take Yeah, let's take Papelka off. Let's put Luka Reichel on, and let's start passing into the space and whipping our crosses. Now we've got a bit more pace up there, a bit more off the ball movements compared to what Papelka can offer. We need to just get them in with a bit of intensity. I'm going to praise them because they're playing well. Oh no, red faces. Honestly, the shout thing, unless it's demand more or fire up or encourage, there's no point in doing it. It just pisses your players off every single time. They're really shutting up shop, it looks like. We're going to go fairly wider again. We're going to take pass into space off. And we are going to press a bit more. Just try and get a bit more at them because I think they're shutting up shop and they're just trying to see the game out. Obviously, down in 13th position, they can't afford to be losing points any more than we can. Here's Ritter. Bimbe. Orenberg. Better pressure as Vera wins it back and finds nobody. His passing range is very strange. I feel like if he's got to play an expansive pass, he's not that good at it. Maybe he's a Joe Allen. He just passes it short and backwards all the time. Here he is now. Rembe to Zakiri. Reichel. Lovely footballers. Larios can whip one in. Reichel goes down. Rembe Zakiri! Andy Zakiri! His first goal for Bremen. He's had a great game. I mean, it was very scrappy in the area. Larios whips it. Reichel skips a man. Could have been a foul. Rembe could have got the foul. And Zakiri was Johnny on the spot. And smashes us into a 2-1 lead. Which will put us back up to second on goal difference. Again, we need... Look at the 13 shots with 10 on target. I think the shoot on sight instruction has worked quite well. That was the idea. And we do have a lot of high quality shots, but we don't have a lot of shots. So we needed to just improve that, and it looks like it's worked. A much deserved win if we do hold out, considering they only scored off an absolute thunder bastard from Mbembe. Lawrence to Desdiedo, he's found Andy Zakiri. Looking for Reichel, Zakiri, Reichel, Remberg, Zakiri, what football, he's put it wide! Oh! Buntich looking long, Gieler away. Zakiri to Reichel. Juan Larios. There's a cross there. Didn't take it. Vera, Kerber, Remberg. Larios. That's better. Zakiri just couldn't bring it down. Buntich looking to smash it long. They're really going for it now, and Gieler, good defending. And the goalkeeper needs to just not boot it up the field, which is what he's done straight away. Reichel's knocked it on, and we've turned over possession once more. Buntich, he's gone long. Gieler deals with it again. Bamba's knocked it long. Fucking hell, what are we doing? What a foul, Juan. What a foul, son. What a foul that is. Oh my word. Juan Larios with the most cynical of fouls, and we pick up a win. Our first win in 5 games. Andy Zakiri absolutely running the show today. It was a good win. It's a building block. We liked the intensity. We've got a lot of shots away. I think that's definitely something we need to bring forward, is that shoot on sight instruction. Yeah, big win. Listen, I'm going to leave that there. It's been, again, in the hour video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll put a little arm around them. You pleased me. Big win. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you again for watching. This has been episode 13 of the Red Bull Project. My name is Ringo FM, and I'll see you all next time.